Hey guys. Well, um, this is one of those mornings where you get the notion something has changed. Um, if there was an attack this morning, it was small, very short lived. Um, Now, yesterday there were attacks, but it was more like you could sense they were trying rather than anything really succeeding. The day before that, they did succeed in a couple of times where they got up close and was able to dump a bunch of, I don't know, but it didn't really work out either because it went away pretty quick too. So I have to believe it's things have improved, and I am very happy that we continue to experience improvements and upgrades, and that we continue to rise. Because that's what I do. I build and I rise, and I win. And I have been guilty of being very charitable also, and trying to help others. And the only other thing I do is convert things into day. I'm pretty sure I build, I win, I convert some today, I rise. It's the programming, isn't it? So would I qualify as an NPC? I am not a glitch, as the man said. Um, yeah, as you can tell, I do like to entertain myself. Yesterday, well, let's say it's strange, and I'm glad that we're moving on from strange to things being nicer. Um, the friendliness is what throws me off more than anything nowadays. Seriously. I mean, just imagine that all your life is a great big adventure in hate and unfriendliness and war. And that goes on for like, 20, 30 years. What are you at the end of that? I will tell you, I went into the bank the day before yesterday. I had to get a couple pieces of business done. And there were two different ladies there. The taller one, I think I probably knew and probably liked. And the shorter one was a black lady who was sitting down waiting, and but who I also instantly felt as though I knew. And and now in retrospect, I really truly wonder what it was I was looking at. I spoke with them, and they were friendly, and but it was almost like, I don't know, there was like something unsaid or something, or I don't know. There was a thing there. So I can't put my finger on it. And but as she left, we exchanged pleasantries or whatever, and she said it was really nice to see me again. And it felt really awkward because I felt awkward in it because it felt like I was talking to somebody I knew but couldn't recognize. Have you ever had that where you meet with somebody and it's like you know these people and you know they know you, and you're talking with them like your old friends, and you can't remember them to save your life? You cannot place their name. Nope. But and I'm wondering if that's not with someone who's changed a great deal. um and if so, I still am completely at a loss as to explain why they're unable to say, hey, it's me, and they're underneath here, I'd like to talk to you, you know or something. But anyway, so yesterday went to the post office and experienced more friendliness, and I'm telling you, it's kind of throwing me off because again, whenever I'm feeling good, what am I doing? I'm doing business. I'm on my business. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm moving here. I'm moving there. I'm changing that. I'm building that. I'm putting these things out. I'm going and getting those things. I'm doing business. The business of the day, right? Um, and so, but now the thing of it is what's funny is it's my nature to be friendly also, and so whenever it comes back to me now, right? Because they were saying, your environment is what you are, and I'm like, that's another lie, because I'm not hate, and I'm not all this darkness, and I'm not magic, and I'm not, um, but the person I was talking to doing business with, they were friendly, right? And that was nice enough. I mean, it still kind of seemed like a little reserved, and I'm thinking I know them. And I'm thinking at the time, I was thinking, I wonder if I know them. And I'm thinking, and I'm trying to think, I wonder if it's, but then what really threw me off was I turned around, and the woman waiting behind to do business uh, was friendly also, and was quite pleasant, like, I was used to 30 years ago. And she's like, hi. And I automatically responded with hi back. But now imagine that's unusual for you to experience. Decades go by, you don't experience that. Not even just simple pleasantries with people, not friendliness for like 2 decades. Unfriendliness instead. Well, so it throws me off a little bit. I think I almost fell off to the side and lost my step for a second there, but I managed to regain my composure and get out the door and back into my car and drive away without any mishaps or anything. So it knocks me for a loop for a second, but then I recover quickly. Now, yesterday morning, um, it was one of those days where the attack didn't work so well. The attack didn't work so well the day a couple days ago, and then it worked better for them the next day, and then it didn't work again yesterday, and then today it didn't work at all really, and and so what happened was yesterday was the flyby, which is not low and slow, but low and loud, like very illegally, FAA, loud, illegally loud. Because when you're near the little airstrip, the little airport, they're supposed to those airplanes are supposed to conduct themselves in a specific fashion when near the airport, and it's not to be flying around low over all the houses that are nearby in a really loud way. So they did that, and then they did it twice more. And I don't know if they would have kept on doing it, except that at that point, I think I had put out that one video that was I recorded an earlier, a couple hours earlier, probably. Um, but then they did it again today, and on the first flyby, I went ahead and prayed about it. So it's not that they wouldn't be continuing to fly right overhead. It's just that the heavens are saying, no, don't do that. They're being, directed to not to be so obtuse. And I think it'd be best, because I'm not exactly sure what's going on with them, but and of course I can't, because there's no relationship. It was never made real, not ever, and because it was never real, I suppose. Um, but there is no conversation, and you know what that means? There's no relationship at all, none. So yeah, we're just continuing to climb, to get higher, and so that we can enjoy our peace and our relationship with the Lord and heaven, and do our work that we were supposed to be doing. We're accustomed to remaining high and building and winning. Yes, we're charitable, but again, that's because we're winning all the time. You see what I'm saying? That's what we do. We win all the time. Yes, I'm laughing. I did that on purpose. I was thinking how funny that sounds because it has the double entendre type of thing going on there. Guys, thanks so very much for your love and your support. Those that of the day, because if you're day, you're for us. All you need to do is be not compromised to be correct day. In other words, you're not um, abiding the darkness as part of you. Because see, that's what every Christian does is they renounce. You see, that's part of you take on Christ and you ask Christ and you're renouncing, and you're supposed to say out loud, I renounce Satan, blah blah blah. And I would advise being very specific about that, which is Satan, which and is defined as the kingdom of darkness, the powers and forces of darkness. It's the darkness is the enemy. And so we do, of course, still renounce and repudiate that. And we got up this morning, and it wasn't long after we woke up that we felt challenged to go ahead and get up since we'd gotten up really early the day before. And I think it's more natural for us to be up early anyway. But so we were up. Hold on. And so we were up and we got the coffee done and all that stuff. And there's no reason really to try to get any more sleep. Yeah, we were up late, but our schedule's changing, I do believe. And so long as you're rested, right? It's all that matters. And we were rested. I don't know what's been going on in my sleep recently. There's been a couple nights where I woke up and it seemed like I'd torn half the covers off the bed. Like I was wrestling in my sleep. And I don't know what I was wrestling. But the sleep has been pretty okay. We're progressing well, I do believe. I'm encouraged. And I'm encouraged by the baseline change in me. People keep on talking about how, they can't recognize who you are and how you've changed. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? I'm going back to being more and more like what I was when they first showed up on the scene. And before the degradation and murder began, you see. Yeah, I might be even containing more improvement past that. There's more of the Father in us, of course, yeah. More of that Prince of Peace with us. God bless him. I do love the sky so much. I've completely forgotten where I was. So anyway, I got the coffee going, all that stuff. And you know what? The next thing it comes out, man, is just whatever I see or do, it just sort of kind of prompts me towards remembering, oh yeah, you want to say these things and pray those things in the name of, and so on and so forth. And then I sang too. But it was only, about the good things and the relationship with the Lord and the divine heaven. And I'm thinking, man, I can't even imagine what I'm going to be doing here in another couple months once, this process of safety and separation completes and I've relaxed into it. Because then all my focus is going to be going on to all the possibilities of what we can have for all of us, And really, that whole trickle down theory thing that Reagan had, it really is true, actually. The not to say to make the rich richer or anything like that, but whenever you have an overall betterment of all things, it's good. It's that's the way it goes. And you do have to have rich people, basically. You have to have a few in the old system. And even if they're not even that rich, you still have to have the leaders. It's just the way it's set up. And that's been proven again and again to me too, because of look at what they show as the show. That supposedly all these millions of women out there have followed after these others, thinking that starting out whenever they're young, they should conduct themselves with the mentality of a 35-year-old divorcee. Thinking that somehow at the end of that road, when they're finally 30 and way past it, that they're going to somehow then have their fairy tale life of love and family and children. And it's bizarre, isn't it? That going against everything that everyone knows, going against biology itself, they still were able to convince all these people to follow that path, which wasn't really a path of self-destruction, wasn't it? I mean, you could say, well, I lived my life this way and had that, but at the same time, you sort of just, I don't know. How can you say what's right or wrong? It's the only thing that is right or wrong is in connection to or within the context of your goals. Isn't that? Well, I mean, yes, there is objective right and wrong, but um, hmm, what kind of life you want to live and the history that is, what does it matter? I guess as long as you end up in the right place and you have prospered as a soul and improved. I'm not sure though that all this um, self-centered, self-fulfillment, uh, just please yourself in any way type of um, mentality thing, this approach that they've taken, and living only for the moment and for the day and all that stuff. I don't think it's paid off well. Do you? Because I mean, the stories that I've gotten, it looks like a lot of people have spent a lot of time working and spent a bunch of money and had some experiences. And maybe that's all it's about. Maybe it's for a lot of people. Maybe it's only about having a bunch of memories. I don't know, but I can tell you this: whether I've been in a dream or not, it's always not been a good deal. And that's why whenever they asked me like 16 years ago, what do you want? I said it was to leave. We didn't want to play more games. But so, yeah, again, it just brings me back to let's continue up. Let's continue up so we can play the better parts that we were meant to play and create. God bless you. God love you. I pray that all those that are loving me sincerely and helping me, that are loyal to the day, are for the good, daylight, that heaven does love you and help you. And again, thank you so very much and have a wonderful day.